So what's the type of data we should be looking at to see if an area is profitable?
Well, I think research is absolutely imperative to anybody who's looking to get into any market whatsoever. So you can obviously jump online, go to websites like Domain and look at the properties that are currently for sale to give you a bit of an idea as to what maybe your property sits against and what you would consider maybe overvaluing or undervaluing, and what would be a bargain and what wouldn't. Also, sold data is available as well. So you can go into the sold channels and you can see, again, what comparable properties have sold for. And that gives you a really good barometer. Am I overpaying? If we're overpaying, that's not a problem if it helps us get into the suburb that we're desiring. But what it does do is it really limits the amount of investment that we might be able to put back into the property without overcapitalising. So all those sums and figures are available to you. And of course, you can always contact a local real estate agent. They're on the ground, they've got a finger on the pulse, and they'll be able to give you their honest opinion as to whether or not your entry point is too high or your goals and aspirations in this point of the market are going to overinflate and you may go over and overcapitalise on the property.
So then there's a bit of intuition that happens. You're looking at homes that are within what you're wanting to create at the end of the project. You're trying to get a feel for what they're worth and what they're selling for. Same too for what you're going to be buying, the old knockdown shack that we've got, for example. Getting a bit of a feel for other prices, other land size, other buildings of that age, and trying to work out where the price sits. So it's kind of it's within relatives to each other. You're trying to get a bit of a ballpark.
Absolutely. I mean, look, over the long term, you are always, if you do it smartly, you're always going to make money by virtue of the fact that the market ebbs and flows, but it always, in Australia, it always ends up going up. So that lends itself to being a long-term proposition. So I think if they're buying well now in the market, they're researching their statistics, they're not overcapitalising, and they're going to enjoy it for the next 10, 15, 20 years' time, how can you go wrong?
And their purchase willingness would go up then as well? I mean, are they going to be so stringent on what they're paying, or...?
Well, look, I think if the end game is still 10, 15, 20 years from now, I think people would really bite the bullet and spend a little bit more if it meant securing that parcel of land. As we said earlier, they're not making any more of them. They're scarce, they're rare. So if it means maybe overspending on this end of the transaction, I truly believe that any purchaser will reap the reward tenfold when it comes down the line.